was he was the guy who made coffee. He wasn't close to anyone, despite the fact he's famously in a meeting with Jeff Sessions and the president of the United States, then the candidate. His fiancée, Simona Mangiante, is pushing back on the idea that he was a peripheral figure. I want to play her interview to you and get your reaction. Take a listen.
Top meetings with leaders all over the world. He was constantly in touch with the high-level official of the campaign, and he never took any initiative, as far as I know, unauthorized.
Was he in touch with the chief strategist, Steve Bannon?
Yes, as far as I know, yes. I know Steve Bannon, Michael Flynn.
He was in touch with Michael Flynn, General Flynn?
Yes, as well.
What do you make of it, Malcolm?
Well, what I think is fascinating about this is she is just giving voice to what we already believed the Mueller investigation had. We're just getting more color and depth. We're not going to hear about this from Mueller until Mueller starts indicting other people, right? I mean, That's a man of action. He does not mince words. He just comes out and hits you with an indictment. But she is now letting us know that some of these principal players that were on the Donald Trump Jr. emails that were carbon copies on the KT McFarland memo about Michael Flynn speaking to the Kislyak in the December 28th meeting, all of these people are going to, move up to the top at some point, and Mueller is doing it in silence, and she is just telling us what she heard in the room from Papadopoulos, that these people were players. And I think that the Mueller investigation won't worry about this little disclosure, but it'll certainly make their intended targets worry a lot.
Naveed, since I have you here, and we talked about this a little earlier in the show, and Malcolm just mentioned Mueller. I mean, you worked for the FBI. I'm curious what your reaction is to watching the integrity of the investigation itself, Mueller, his agents, and the FBI sort of as a whole. The idea of politically independent investigation and law enforcement be attacked by the president and his allies.
Well, in full disclosure, I actually worked when Mueller was the director of the FBI. He actually signed my letter of commendation. Look, what I can tell you, Chris, is when I was active against the Russians. I would walk into places where I didn't know if the Russians had guns. I was fearful of my safety. I never doubted the FBI. I never doubted their professionalism. I never doubted their loyalty and their loyalty to duty. I mean, to sort of see them sort of drag through the mud, just the rank and file, the special agents, it's disheartening. It's disheartening for them. It's disheartening for my friends who still work there. I wish Americans could sort of see what the counterintelligence folks do at the FBI. They would be proud of this, and it is based on nothing but partisanship for them to be sort of maligned in that fashion.
Malcolm, you had something you wanted to add?
Yeah, he's absolutely right. I love the Bureau guys because when it comes to collection, they're the intelligence branch of the domestic United States. And usually in operations that I was involved with, sometimes our agencies would loan them transcribers in foreign languages and things like that. But these guys, when it comes to, the national intelligence gumshoeing, going after people who are spies, who are traitors to the United States, they're really good at that job. Yeah. And I suspect their being really good at that job is why the administration is maligning them. They don't know what kind of truck is about to hit them with the FBI. When they get their teeth into it, they're just going to get down to the bottom of this, and Mueller's not going to be deterred.
All right, Naveed Jamali and Malcolm Nance, thank you both. That is all in for this evening. Up next, Rachel Maddow with a special report on the dossier. Who wrote it, who released it, and what we now know to be true. The dossier starts now.
Thanks for joining us this hour. Nice to have you here. We have a special report for you tonight on a story that we've been